Alright, yeah, so Craftyz and I are going to be setting up the FC1 race system. So the things that are responsible for counting laps and stuff. We're going to be doing that right now. He's going to be learning. He's going to ask questions, and we're just going to go with that.
Yeah, gamer, I'm a dumbass, so keep that in mind while watching.
Yeah.
Please be patient with me.
Okay, yeah. So, step one is going to be to get the box itself, like to get the whole system. And generally, just what I do is I go into the latest FC1 event or whatever event, and I just kind of left click that emerald right there, and then right click this emerald right here, and I just do like / copy / paste. I generally not that it really matters. You can copy it from whatever, but I just kind of do this, and then I just do / paste. I'm just gonna do it wherever, and it's totally fine.
Okay.
And that's step one. Yeah. So then next we.
Well, normally there would be like there's a world edit. What should we call it again?
Schematic.
I think that a schematic for it. Like if people want to set it up on their own racetrack, do you have like a schematic they can use?
We do, but it's outdated. We should probably make another one. But
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So first things first, you get your little notebook, right?
This has everything that we need in it.
There. Yeah. So we're gonna do chords for a start line. And you showed me this already before we start recording.
Yes.
So I'll explain this one.
Ooh, okay.
I'll do it. I got it. So this is our starting line. So of course we're gonna start here. Precisely this block right there. I'm gonna go
red concrete.
Red concrete right there. There you go. And we want this block and the two above it because the boat is like that height, right?
Yep.
Like so, something like this. So we need to do that. And now we can just go like this, but boats are too fast, so we can't do it. So it might not register. So we're gonna go over here and place it like here. And you said we can go like all the way over here just to be safe, but that's gonna cause issues and lag out the server, so we're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
We're gonna do, well, even though this is still pretty big, but you're gonna have a lot of speed, especially on the blue ice. So this will vary from track to track. If you have like a back-tie track, I think this would also be enough, right?
If we're talking CGP, like this would be fine. It's like let's see here, warp CGP.
Like if it's a slow track, then.
So you can see that here we wouldn't be going that fast. We kind of just be going like this fast. So like honestly, for this, I would just do like here. This is totally fine.
Yeah, especially since it's after a turn, so it's really slow.
Yeah, but then
just keep in mind like the server counts in ticks, so yeah, it has to be faster than how many ticks, whatever it's gonna count.
Yeah.
So but for this one we pick this. So then we're gonna take the chords.
Oh wait, hold on. Okay, yeah.
So I took the chords of the bottom concrete block here, the red one, and the top one of this one. Then we're gonna calculate the differences in the coordinates. So for dx is, let's see. So actually I'll explain. This one right here has a value of 962, 32 minus 31. And the other one is a 931, 30 minus 17. So we're just gonna, well, subtract the one from the other. So we're gonna have dy, dx is 31, dy is 2, and dx is, I'm just gonna scroll because you already did it.
Yes,
14.
Yep.
Minus 14. Is that important?
Yes, it is. Absolutely important. Yeah.
Okay, but it isn't. The difference isn't minus 14, right?
It is. Oh, I did dx. No, you did dx. Yeah. So like it's saying if we did positive dx, it would actually be like over here.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
so it's minus 13.
Minus 14 is very important. Yeah.
Alright.
And then also we're going to include the first coordinate, so 931. 30, negative 17, and that's just kind of what I do. And I copy that.
Oh yeah, and if you don't know dx and stuff, the d just stands for difference. So difference in x, difference in y, difference in z or z, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Don't really care about your. So we paste that in the thing next to the chest, which it is already in there, right? But oh yeah, don't mind this first part.
Yeah, so what you're seeing right now is what it was at Monaco. This is which is
Yeah.
the one that we took it from. But yeah, now
Alright.
okay. Oh, also, Craftyz, don't forget you have to put the chords in as well. It's like 9, 31, 30, 17.
And is that the one of the first one or the second one, or both?
That was the first one. So
Okay, so the one at the start.
yeah, so we left clicked the one in the floor, so this one, and then we did the second one minus the first one. If we did
Yeah.
the first one minus the second one, I guess we'd have to like we'd have to use these chords. But I just wanted to do like first or second minus first.
Yeah,
and
that's
use
probably
this.
easier to
Yeah.
remember as well. Okay.
Um,
So now I'm gonna check the notebook again. I'll think, because this one is done.
kind
then,
of.
then it says pit lane. Oh,
Right.
it kind of. Okay, okay. Let's first finish it.
Yeah. So first things first. We're going. So we just got these, right? We just got these two sets of data. What we're going to do is we're going to copy just the coordinates, and we're going to. So I have it copied to my clipboard, and we're going to go to this line right here, marked with the green concrete. And basically,
Alright.
each one of these has a big command in it. They also have execute if and then execute positioned at coordinates, right? So you see 305, 666, 4, negative 345, etc., right? And you also see the dy, dx, dz. We're going to replace these coordinates and these dx, dy, dz with the ones that we just got and put into here. So basically what we would do is we go all the way to the left side, and then
Okay, and then you put it between the execute positioned blah, 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 run execute at blah 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 blah.
yeah. So I just updated it. If you want to check again, it should say execute positions 931, 30, negative 17, run execute at e, etc.
Oh, and it's all the way to the left side, backend run position 931, 30 minus 17, run execute at. Okay, but then you have the second part.
Yep.
Which is dy2 13 minus 8. What is that about?
Yeah, so that's the ones we used for Monaco. We had to update that to the ones that we just put in this orange command block. But we'll get to that later. Generally, I do all the coordinates for all of them first, and then copy this, and then do all the dx, dy, dz for all of them. Yeah, so we're just going to do the coordinates first, then we'll get back to the dx, dy, dz.
Let me go on.
Alright, these are done.
I'll just check. Can I do one?
Sure, yeah, you do one enter.
I'll do last one. Yeah. Oh, wait, get there.
Oh, also Craftyz, if you enter the command block and like press enter or done, it should paste the entire command into your chat, so you can check quickly like that.
Oh, yeah.
We just don't use it, it's lost in there.
Yeah. So I'm just lost one. So this is Monaco. We have Monaco once. This one. Monaco. So this. Done.
Alright, that's it.
I think you find something hard. Yeah, sure, basically.
Yeah.
How do you copy a certain part of a command block?
Oh, I mean, just enter it and then hold shift and then like click, and like it should highlight.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Oh, probably.
So, how is DS?
No. Oh, yeah, you did the coordinates correct, yeah. Okay, so now
Good.
we go to the orange one and copy the dx equals 31, etc. Just copy all of that, so you should just have that on the clipboard. And then we go back to the first one, and then we find the dy, dx, dz. Sometimes I start with dy instead of dx, just because it's like the easier. It's like the brain dead, like, oh yeah, dy should like be 2 or 1 or whatever.
Yeah, in this case it is dy first.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter the order inside the command.
I just paste there.
Yeah, yeah, so what I'd like to do is I actually like to go to it, and then like I like to highlight it using like the shift method like we said earlier. So like I left click to the right side of 8 and then hold shift and right click again, or sorry, left click to the left side of dy, and then that highlights all of it, and I just paste, and that quickly replaces. Nice. And nice.
Right, this one is really long, isn't it? Okay, so what did we do now?
So that basically just these are a bunch of commands that happen when a boat goes through the start finish line, right? So basically, when a boat goes through this area, it's going to run those commands at that boat.
Oh, if I go through now, it works.
The system's not on. I guess we can just like
okay.
turn it on here.
Well, I'll go over the finish line. Let me check.
Okay.
Here I come. So it will change something, but I don't know what.
Probably a dot number. It should tell you.
Yeah, there it is. I completed lap 1.
Yeah, it should tell you in chat. You completed lap 1.
253.
Yeah, 253. Yeah. Oh yeah. So Craftyz, we actually forgot one command block. It's this one right here. We just have to do the same stuff. So if you want to do the dx dydz, you can go ahead. Or
Okay.
actually, I don't know how it works if you have 2 people changing at the same time. I think
Then one will override the other. So I'll just do everything.
Okay.
Right. So this work. Yes. Not be Coords. There we go. Should be good.
Cool.
Okay. Well, that's step 1 done, right?
Yep, exactly. So now you can go to the book. Since we checked it worked and stuff, we are done with the Coords Startline.
Okay. I'm gonna just remove it then. Goodbye.
That works too. Yeah. So
Done.
now
Pit lane.
So these are the command blocks for the pit lane. It's 3. And it's actually the exact same procedure that we did right here, just for the pit lane. So we're gonna go up.
Okay.
Generally, I think for FC1, I kind of just
Make the starting line.
Parallel with the starting line, right? So like
Oh, we do it like here.
Or yeah, right there, yeah. And then that's position 1. And it doesn't have to be as long because I'm not gonna be going nearly as fast. So I kind of
Yeah. So let's just take half of it then, right?
Or yeah, I kind of this would be fine right here.
So small. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine. Yeah, so then that's gonna be 931.
So if I do the same thing, then you get 931, 30, minus 30, 33. And then I'm gonna do dx is... Okay, you already did the quick maths.
Yeah,
God
I'm used
damn,
to it.
you're fast at this.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's the same process. Then you go back down to the box. And then like how we have this command block right here, we also have this one right here for convenience purposes. So we just paste that and overwrite it. Talking about this one.
Aha, I see.
Yeah. And then we're
Okay,
just gonna
so
do the same thing.
I'll just...
You want to do the top
all
one?
the DX stuff. I'll do the DX stuff while you do the...
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah.
You're already done? How?
Yeah, yeah. I'm very fast at this point.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm almost done. You can check it.
Yeah, I'm checking. I'm checking. Cool, nice. All right, yeah. So
is that it for the pit stop?
That's it for pit stop. It's like probably the fastest
okay.
one. Yeah. All right. Next is the command center. So command center is basically where you control all the thing remotely or whatever. Yeah. So we're gonna go back to Monaco since that was the most recent one, and we're going to go to the command center. So we're just gonna like copy paste this, like that. I guess we can just do that.
Oh, why are we going back to Monaco for this?
Because this has the command center. Here, I use CPU.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're talking about this. Yeah, so I just like to copy paste it because it's easier than like setting up all the command blocks.
So before the command center, a lot of other stuff. Where did they go?
We actually don't need them. Like there were like command blocks like over here that were like show current map
change
and
the scoreboards and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is like show current map. This is like show like how many pit stops everyone's done. Well, now when we do it, you actually see that it's just in the tab list.
The HUD.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bus bar HUD.
Or no, the tab list actually. So like when you hold tab, the number next to their name is how many pits they have.
Yeah.
For those who are wondering how it works is that when you're in a boat, when the system starts, it gives you 2 points. So like when you're not in the boat, it sets your score to 0. But if you're in the boat, it sets your score to 2 when you start the race. So make sure that everyone is in the boat when you're starting when you press this button, or else they will start with 0 pit stops left to do, and they can cheat or whatever. Yeah.
Well, even if they have 0 things, you can see their... If they do 2 pit stops, you will see -2 in the tab list. So. Which
is actually funny. If they start with 0, then they can go under 0. But if they start with 2, they actually can't go under 0. So like if they do 3 pit stops, I think he'll say 0. I think. Last time I checked.
All right.
Yeah. We do copy -E to copy the item frames and other entities as well. And then, yeah, generally what I do for these tracks is I just kind of paste it near, like, adjacent to the starting line. So, like, it would be, like, right here. I'm just going to do this one.
Still building.
Yeah.
Oh. 1 over.
Yeah, and I just do...
well, these are carpet, so that's annoying, so...
It's fine. Okay, so I guess we rotate 270. And now it's here. Okay,
There
so we aren't done yet. We just kind of copied or pasted the like the kind of
remove that
area, like the game fan. But all these basically have slash fills to set redstone blocks to a certain spot, and those certain spots are right here. So as we saw earlier, you can activate each system with these buttons right here. So that turns off. This is the race setup, and this is the start. But you can also do a set block or a slash fill, like what I like to do, and do that, and it will also do the same thing as the button.
Yeah, and it will put the redstone block where I'm standing, right?
Exactly, that's what we want, and then we're gonna set that up.
So like here, that's where it's gonna be.
Yeah. So what? Right now the command center should have they should have the ones from Monaco, right? So this is gonna be like wherever the hell, super far away from 0, 0. So we're gonna replace all of these. Actually, I like just do this, and then yeah. Okay. What I like to do is I like to just do 899, 18, -14, and then I know that this pre-match is -3Z, so I do 899. 18, then that'd be -17, and then last one is -2 away from that, so we do 899, 18, -19, and we can check. This is 17, this is 19, so then we can just fly back. And then, so this one corresponds to race setup, so we can just do that, and then, that, I'm dying. Let me do this.
Yeah, that's the turning off run, right?
Yeah.
So let me check where. Oh, it's all the rest is just fill.
Yeah.
That's it.
For right now.
So if I place. Okay, so if I just do done now, I don't know if I overrid something.
Oh, you have to paste the coordinates twice. Fill.
Paste it twice.
Yeah. So fill basically says if you say coordinates 1, coordinates 2. So I'm gonna say so slash fill. 19.7, -8, 19.6, and then I do redstone block replace air. It's gonna replace all the redstone blocks with air, right? And you can't undo. But then if I do just replace, it should actually just do everything becomes redstone block. So I like slash fill because slash set block, while set block only actually requires one set of coordinates, so you can just do slash set block that, and then just do a block, right? I actually like to do fill because I can do replace air, right, instead of just replace. So then in case I was wrong about the coordinates, right, so like say I do a slash fill to this block right here, if I was wrong and this is a command block, I don't want to replace the command block, so I'm just going to say slash fill, paste the coordinates twice, and do replace air, so that in case I was wrong, it won't be punishing.
So right after this, we were going to just do replace air.
Redstone block replace air. So what I like to do is just do
redstone block replace. Oh, I see. Air.
Air. And I copy that and paste it, and then yeah, exactly. So now we can test.
And now we can do that same thing. Okay, you already did it here.
And then we can test. That should turn off. That should set up, and then that should go. Yeah. Cool. And then finally, we don't have to change this one. This is just setting up how many maps we have.
Right. Right now it says 1.
It's 13.
Yeah, is it 1? Oh, it is at 13.
Yeah, it covered it. Yeah, so when you're going to do the race, you're going to want to make sure that this is on, or else if there's another command block with this command in it, like some other map, it's going to go with that number instead of this one. I actually did just change the command, like for Monaco. It says execute if entity at a distance equals 0, ... Basically means that if there's anyone in this world, it's going to set the number to 13. So this is like if we have a map that no one's on, and this number is on because someone forgot to turn it off, then it's not going to use that number. if this one right here is off. So
Yeah. Okay.
going forward, we should be good on not having to worry about turning off the levers.
Good. Because a lot of people don't. I'll say that
Yeah.
much.
I mean, I forget.
So turn off the system. Like it's just
And that's the command center. That's all we need for that.
good. Okay, we can take it off the list.
Okay, yeah. So
Next step. The post thing. This one, I think this one is like optional then, right?
yeah, I mean, technically, all you need are like the first three. I mean, technically, all you need is the first two, and then you don't need the command center. You can fly down to the box and press the buttons yourself. But I mean, like, command center is nice.
Center is. I think you should have command center at least.
Oh, also, RPosition is an AVG thing, not like a FC1 thing. Like the RPosition command blocks aren't actually in this box. They're actually at spawn. So basically, if you have the map download, you actually can't have RPosition, which is something that I should probably like learn how to probably fix. But yeah, so I mean, if you're doing it like on another server, then we actually won't be talking about RPosition.
But our position uses checkpoints, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. I mean, we can set it up. Actually, yeah, because you might watch this video later on, right? If you want to set up FC1 stuff or whatever, and then you might still need to know how to do RPosition.
We'll do it. We'll do an optional thing later. How does it sound?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, just cut this part out. Cut this part out.
No, I'm gonna keep it in. Okay. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So next, starting lights and starting gates. These are more annoying and more hard. Also, startup boost is Baku facing east. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. So
startup boost.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about the starting lights, which are basically let's go warp Monaco. The starting lights are basically these things right here, and they turn off during the race, and then they light up for the countdown and stuff like that. Basically, I actually changed the system like for Monaco. I changed it a lot during Monaco for the system, but this whole back area, this terracotta area, is completely different now. I added this fancy little selector, which basically selects which kind of starting lights method you want. At Monaco, we use item frames, which would basically like change the item frame MBT and stuff. You can use player heads. I haven't set them up yet though. Like I've only set up for item frames, but yeah, like if you want to do red concrete, you're gonna have to do like /fill commands. And these are like, I believe.
Well, it's basically the same thing, right? Just less hard because normal blocks are
easier to like.
easier.
Yeah. We'll get to that, but for right now we're just gonna do item frames because that's what we're kind of doing right now. Yeah, so we're gonna have to first set up the however you want to do it, like the pole or whatever, right? So I generally just use andesite walls and do like this, whatever. Then yeah, andesite up and over, and then chains on the road to the side, back the wall, here we go. Do that. And then I add this line frame, this line frame, give example. Yes, this line frame, and keep here. Yeah, just put it right over there. Yeah, so yes, and once you do it, yeah, really done. Oh god, I had to. Oh god. Craftyz. No, what the? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so we have the item frame set up. We can actually just for visualization purposes, we can actually just use normal item frames because I'm using invisible ones right now. We normally use invisible ones for this setup with like the backstone. It's really cool to see like the lights.
So how do you get invisible item frames?
Yeah, so you can actually just look up the command. I'll look it up right now. Give invisible item frame command. So like just like give invisible item frame command. That's what I type into Google, and it says /give item frame tag is 1b. And that should give you an invisible item frame. I'm just going to clear my inventory just to show. Now you place it down, you put something in it, and now it's an invisible item frame. You can put a store on the ground. That's cool. Yeah. So this is the command if you want it, Craftyz. So yeah, you can.
I was just asking it for the viewers.
For the viewers, okay, yeah. So yeah, you can see if you have invisible item frames here, it looks cool. Like you have the light and stuff. It looks a little bit less cool with this, but for visualization purposes. For right now, we're just going to use normal item frames. So you can clearly see other item frames here. They will actually get overwritten to be invisible when we press the button, but for right now, this is one. So yeah, what I'd like to do, the lights turn on and off from left to right. So what I like to do is write down the coordinate of the first one, which is 930, 35,
last one, I guess.
negative 27. Nope, I actually just look at which direction the line goes and write positive z because it's in the positive z. So that means that the first one's going to be those coordinates, the next one's going to be that, and then etc. So yeah.
So if you're gonna, like, let's say the line will be going this way, we're going this way, you would write
These coordinates.
Negative x then, right?
I mean, if the boats are going this way, right, and then.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, if let's say you have this thing, right, and it's going this way, then you would just write chords down of the first one and then negative x.
Yeah, so
you can check that, by the way, if you press F3 and you look at facing. It says like negative x, negative c, positive c. Okay, got it.
So it'd be 925, 34, negative 30, negative z. Yeah, so for this one though, we're going with, oh wait, oops, hey. We're going with this. Yeah, and then we're gonna go back to the box. This is my first time actually editing this version instead of the old version, but it should be fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, so we actually just do this. Kind of have that for the, I mean, nah, we don't really need it, whatever. Yeah, so we're gonna go, we're using the item frames one, so we're going to edit all of these command blocks right here. So what we're going to do is, as you see, there's a bunch of stuff, and you can see these coordinates right here, right? And these are the coordinates that we want to change. Execute position, 305, 66, whatever. We're going to just copy, paste like we did earlier with the, that are the other.
That's the fifth one. So, is the fifth one the one most on the left?
Yeah. That's the first one. It's like, this is like, it says 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's lights out and away we go, right?
To get it. Okay.
So yeah, so we changed this one to have 930, etc. Craftyz, you want to do the second one?
Yes. So it will be minus 26 then, or I guess?
Exactly.
It's going positive.
Positive z, yep, so it should be +1, which would mean negative 26.
Yeah, I'll do it again there. First, that's all right. It's done so. Right.
Yep, exactly. Then yeah, so then there's the, and it's lights out and away we go. So right now, what would basically, what we've done so far is basically done this. So when we press the button, it's going to do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's what we have right now. Now what we want to do is, for when it says and this lights out and away we go, we want to just make all them red, right? So there are multiple ways to do this. The old way, I actually just did individually each one, is like change this one, then change this one, and change this one, and change it. Right now, we have it so that if we put the coordinates right here, so I guess that would be 930, 35, negative 25, and it just says, as the nearest 5 armor stand, or item frames, change those 5 item frames. So basically, we're going to want to take the middle and say, get those coordinates. And then it will change the nearest 5 item frames. So we want to be careful that we don't have any other item frames. Like if we have an item frame right here, it's going to mess up this one. Instead of like, it's going to do like 4 of these ones and 1 of this one, if this is the closest one, right? So we want to make sure that we only have these 5 item frames in the general vicinity.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so this is the chord of the middle, and we're going to go back down to this final one, and we're going to change it.
So it would be the same thing as 3 then, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing as 3.
Do you have to exit out if you press shift on the roll?
I mean, no, you can just like press an arrow key and it'll unhighlight.
The R key?
Like arrow key. So like, to the right of return, you have like the arrow keys.
Okay. Got it. Okay, so now it should be done. So if we go to the starting system, wherever it is, there it is, and I press
Oh,
This
this should be a mistake, but it's fine. Go ahead.
it's gonna why would it be a mistake? Oh, I see.
Yeah. Okay. So there are a few things. Right, first off, obviously they're facing the wrong way. So if you go back to the book, I don't have a book. Oh boy.
I have a book here. Take mine. Take
no,
my
no,
book.
it's fine. It's fine. I have my own book. You can see on page 2, I actually wrote down frame facing MBT. So right now, Monaco was basically facing this way. So Monaco, the start line, you first go to the north, right? I think, yeah. But now we're going to actually go to the east. So the item frames themselves are going to be looking west.
Isn't it west?
Yes. So the item frames will be looking west. That means that we have to use number 4. And I'll show you where the 4 is. The 4 is in the command blocks that we just changed. It's it's at the very end. Facing 3B should now be 4B.
What is B?
I don't know what B stands for. I thought it meant Boolean, but it clearly doesn't mean Boolean because that's just 0 and 1. Or 0 and any other number. But, I mean, yeah. So, it means something. I think they use, like, F for, 3F sometimes. I don't really know what they mean exactly, but yeah. Also, like the give entity invisible item frame, we also do invisible 1B, so there's another similarity. Also,
it's just in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then also, another problem that we had was they were actually they weren't invisible. So to change that, right now they're invisible 0. Oh god. I basically just want to change that to invisible 1,
I guess.
Yeah. 1 means true, 0 means false. I think actually you can do like 2, and like anything that isn't 0 is true. But 1 works.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just change that to all of them.
Yeah, we got them all. Okay, so if I test it now...
Wait, hold on. Wait, did we? Okay, well, yeah. Go ahead.
So it probably...
It actually might...
will remove.
Yeah, it should be fine. Whatever.
My guess is that we'll remove it. Yeah, oh, look at this.
Cool. And then you want to just press it again, just to make sure that, like...
Yeah, just, yeah, we're gonna begin the race. Okay, that doesn't work that way, so hold up.
Nice,
Very nice. Got it.
So that is all we need for the starting lights. Yep. And then we have the... Yep.
Starting gates, are those the carpets?
Yes, they are the carpets. Yeah, so actually, how this works is a little bit more complicated. It's not that bad, though. So yeah, basically we're going to have command blocks that set the carpets up and remove the carpets in the middle. So what we want right now, in this case, would be carpets that look like this, right? Because that's kind of like what the grid looks like, right? And then when we start the race, the carpets will be removed and the grid will look normal. So what I do is I go down here and I take a raw iron block. I chose raw iron block because it's a block that no one really ever uses most of the time. So there should be a very low chance that this will actually interfere with the build and stuff. Yeah, so then we're going to have multiple different command blocks or commands in here, depending on how the grid is set up. Like if it's like this, then you're going to need like, I think 5 commands. But for right now, we're just going to set up with this very basic one. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is replace the redstone block with a raw iron block. So basically what's going to happen is when we activate the system, it's going to replace this raw iron with a redstone block, and that's going to activate all of these 3. So what we want is to have one of these 3 command blocks make this go back to raw iron. So we're going to do the first one. I think I generally do the third one. Yeah, we can do the third one. So we're going to do fill, and we're going to look at where this block is relative. If you didn't know, you can do these in like TP commands and fill commands. So basically if I do /TP this, it TPs me to the current position, right? But if I do like -6, then it should TP me -6 that way, right? If I do -6 to 5, then it TP'd me 5 blocks to the positive X 2 blocks up, and 6 blocks to -z. We can do the same thing with /fill, right? So if I do /fill, -2, -2, I did an extra space in there, redstone block, replace, it'll put a redstone block 2 blocks in -z from me, right? So you can basically do the same thing in a command block, where it's going to be fill, -1, fill, -1, and then we do, my ping is bad, raw iron block, replace redstone block. So yeah, now if I place an F there to disable it, right, just to show. Right now, if I do it, it doesn't do anything, right? But if I remove the F and enter the command, it should put it back to raw iron. So that's how we, that's one of the 3 commands, or one of the commands that we're going to need. Now we're going to focus on setting up the carpets themselves. So basically how this works is it's going to be 2 different commands for a grid like this. So basically what's going to be, the first command is going to do this. That's the first command. The second command is going to do this. So basically the first command is to set up all the carpets everywhere. So we're going to do
fill then?
Yeah.
Or okay.
It's a fill.
And the second is also fill then?
Yeah, it fills air replace carpet.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to do /fill, and then it's going to be 1 in the -z, and 2 in the +z, or +x to fill from right there. So it's going to be 2, -1, and don't forget the y, so it's going to be 1, 2, so it's going to be 2 blocks up. And then we're going to get the other corner right here, which is 2z, and 0x, and 2y. So 0x, 2y.
Oh yeah, you're gonna fill air, right?
We're gonna fill carpet.
Oh yeah, you're gonna fill the air with carpet, then you're gonna fill the carpet with air, and then you're gonna do that again but bigger, right?
You'll see. Kind of close. Yeah.
I think I got it.
So right now we have everything but the air. So if we just place the redstone block, it's going to do everything. Why is that on? Do tile drops. Yeah, so it's going to do everything but air, right? So if we... Oh my god, my ping. Yeah, so it's going to do everything but the gap air in between. So now we're going to add that, right? So we're going to do fill, and it's going to be... we're going to get this corner right here, and that's going to be positive 1x, negative 1x. It's going to be 1, 2, -1. And then we're going to just do right above this command block. It's going to be this, 2, that. And then air replace white carpets. Okay, and then if we go ahead and do this, it sets up the grid, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we're going to basically copy this little sector or units, and we're just going to do like a / copy, and then a / paste right here, and now the system is here too. And then actually what I like to do is I just like to do this. So let's see here. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So I like to just kind of stack.
There's 20 things in total. Well done.
Yeah.
Nice.
And yeah, as you can see, the guy who made the map actually had a different gap in between the grids. So if I undo, you'll see that I did, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks of gap, and then this right here is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I mean, if you want to do 7, you can just do select to here and then stack 7 or stack 9, and then it'll actually be unchanged. But yeah, and then so that's most of the work. Then finally, we're actually going to have to get another set of chords. So basically, we're going to take this corner right here. We're going to basically be looking at not only the carpets, but also the raw iron. It's hard to explain, but basically, we're going to take this block right here, and we're going to go all the way over here, and we're going to go to here. And so now we have this entire area. as you can see with the visualizer. Basically, this is going to be the chords that we use to replace the white carpet with air when we start the race, like which is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's lights out, and away we go. That, right when it says and lights out, is going to remove all the white carpet. But we're also using the chords to replace all this raw iron with redstone blocks. So if we just do...
Oh, I know what to do next, actually.
Oh, yeah?
I think I figured it out. Okay, so we go down here. Well, it says on the sign, so that's why I knew. Because we have a gates go up and gates go down thingy. So we're just gonna... Yeah, this is the redstone block replace raw iron, and then you're gonna put in those commands because you have the two coordinates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just gonna put them there, and in there. I guess this one as well. Yeah, I think that's the same.
Yeah. This one's for some tracks.
Of course, you gotta change the Y thingy.
Yeah, I mean, so for some tracks we actually put normal blocks under the grid. So I think in one of the recent ones, I think it might have been like Miami or something. We actually did.
Oh yeah, you didn't want a block stop, so it.
Oh yeah, we didn't want
like,
the star boost, so we did this.
Yeah.
So then like you can't get the star boost. And that second command block right there was what that was for. That was to remove or replace that concrete with the ice. But we don't really need to worry about that right now. So yeah.
So it's just here.
Yeah, so we're gonna take the chords that we got with the wand, and we're going to put them into this fill command. Okay, and then we're gonna do that right here.
And this is automatically in the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 system,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so like it does the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it leads up to here as well. Yeah, and then that will basically set it up. And now if we go, let me just undo. Yeah, okay. Actually, there's one more thing. Fill commands require both coordinates to be like loaded in, so we're gonna go ahead and add force loads under each of those spots.
You add force loads.
Force loads are so the force load command basically means that if you force load add this, that means that whatever chunk you're in, F3G, that will basically be loaded in forever, unless you do force load remove, right? And that basically means that if you have crops growing like here, or like you have like a mob farm, it's going to be constantly updating, it's going to be constantly running. That's what a force load kind of does. Basically, a fill command needs both the coordinates, you see 922, 29, negative 21, 766, 31, negative 30, both of those coordinates have to be in a force loaded chunk, or just in a loaded chunk, right? So if Craftyz was standing here, and I was standing at the other end, and the button was pressed, it would work, even without the force loads. But if no one's back here, and this chunk isn't loaded, and we press the button, it won't actually do the fill command, because this coordinate is not loaded.
So all we need to do now is fill up these holes.
Yeah, you actually just make a selection, just replace air, blue ice, but it's whatever. While you do that, I'll explain the command block I placed. So yeah, the command block I placed is called force load always active. The name doesn't really matter, but it's just what I use for organization. Basically, what I did was I took a normal repeating command block and put force load, add swiggle swiggle. The squiggles, like we did earlier with the TP and fill, mean whatever coordinate you're at right now. Force load commands actually don't care about the Y, because chunks, at least in 1.17, maybe even 1.18, I'm not 100% sure, they only care about like the X and Y, or X and Z. You can go super high up and you're in the same chunk, right? You can go super far down and you're in the same chunk. So it only cares about the X and Z. So basically, I did that, and I also made it always active, and then I did, for Mac users, it's Command V, but I think it's Control V for Windows, yeah. And then that's all you need. You don't have to name it force load always active like I did. This fulfills the same purpose. If I place it down, it's an always active force load thing, so it will make this chunk active like no matter what.
If you break the command block, will the force load still be there?
Yes, it will. Yeah, and so now if we press race setup, it should set up the grid. And then when we press restart, oh god, my ping is terrible.
Yeah, I'm noticing. Maybe it's just a server ping though.
Maybe. Then when it hits, and then make carpets are removed.
There we go.
But yeah, so that's the starting gates, and that's basically all you need to run a race. We're gonna go ahead and discuss the RPosition now, but for people in single player or people who use this map in other servers, this is as far as you need to go. All right.
Now we get to the nerd stuff, though.
Oh yeah. So finally, we have RPosition, and RPosition is basically the system that keeps track of what position everyone is during the race. So who's in first place, who's in second place, and so on. So basically, how it works is that you have a bunch of armor stands throughout the track, and they check if there are any boats within a certain distance. And if there are, and if there's a player inside the boat, then it increases the checkpoint score and gives them a cooldown.
For that player, right?
For that player, yeah. And we use the number of checkpoints everyone has to see who's in what place. So, like, the person in first place should probably have the most checkpoints and get the latest one earlier than whoever's in second place, right? So they get to checkpoint number 34 before P2 gets to checkpoint 34. If P2 gets to checkpoint 35 before P1 does, then that means that P2 is in P1 now. But we need these checkpoint armor stands. So I'm actually going to go to spawn, because at AVG, the RPosition thing is under spawn, just like many other command block systems. Oh man, look at all this stuff. So yeah, I think, smooth red sandstone box is the RPosition. I can keep you to me, Craftyz?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, so this is the RPosition system. It looks complicated. It's honestly not.
Geez. And I just realized how the box works.
Yeah.
Another box.
There's another box. There's so many boxes, man. I can show you so many boxes. But I guess I'll just go through what everything is real quickly. Yeah, so this is basically turn on and turn off. If you turn this, I press this button, it'll turn on. Press this button, it'll turn off. You can also do a set block or a slash fill to a redstone block here. I can just show that off real quick.
Oh my god.
Yep. So it's just simple stuff. This is turn off system, this is turn on system. This is some stuff, this is other stuff, crazy. This right here actually shows where each armor stand is. So you turn it on, if you place a checkpoint, it will actually place a soul torch. If you place a starting checkpoint, it will place an oxide daisy. I'm going to use this to... Cool. Yeah, so Craftyz, we're going to have you get one of these armor stands. So the armor stands that you need are in these two chests, and under them are command blocks that you can actually use to just give yourself one. So if you place down the command block, it should just give you a checkpoint. I don't think it's named though. So I'll just... Yeah, it's just...
Wait, so if I place this down, I just get one, okay.
Yeah. It isn't named though, so you'll have to like go to the anvil and stuff. What makes life a whole lot easier, especially when setting up for a lot of different tracks, is using saved hotbars. You can see I have a lot of fun stuff in my saved hotbars. But basically we're going to want to save each checkpoint, or like the armor stands to a saved hotbar. Creative mode is like halfway through if you're using Optifine and controls.
Yeah. Controls, key points.
Yeah, it should be...
yeah, save hotbar is
yeah.
not even a thing, so I'll just put it to Z.
Yeah.
There we go. Alright, Z1, saved hotbar, there we go.
Yeah, so now if you go to saved hotbars, you should be able to see. You can just grab them.
Now I got it.
Yeah, cool. This is the main system right here for, like, this is all we really need to know about for setting this up. Basically, each checkpoint scans in a certain radius, and the radius is what we change in these command blocks right here. And the radius depends on each track, right? So if you go to Baku, you can see, actually, a good way to visualize it is doing a cylinder command. So if you do cylinder glass 15:1 minus h, it will make a... wait, huh? Oh, okay. It'll make a 15 radius glass circle for us, right? And that would be basically the circle that the RPosition armor stand would check in. In this track, we can actually maybe lower it to be like 10 if we really wanted to. I mean, you can set it to like whatever number you want. It's just, if you have a bigger area, then that might mean more work for your server to do. And if you want to avoid that, you might want to like...
So right here, if you go to the through the pit lane, you also go for a checkpoint. Is that a problem?
Yeah, actually, so that is what we want, kind of. So I'll show you in a second. So yeah, as you can see, there are two different armor stands. There's the checkpoint and starting checkpoint. And starting checkpoint is shown with an oxide daisy, and normal checkpoint is shown with a soul torch. Also, if you want to save this to your hotbar, this is really nice to have. You just place this down, and it will destroy the nearest armor stand within 7 blocks.
So there we go.
And then you can break the oxide daisy. Yes. But yeah, so basically, how the starting checkpoint and normal checkpoint work. You normally use normal checkpoints, but except for the first one at the starting line. So basically, we want the starting checkpoint to overlap into both the normal track and the pit lane. So we're going to do a cylinder, 15-1 message, and as you can see, this will overlap on both. So I think it was like right here. And then, yeah, that will basically cover both the pit lane and, yeah. So yeah, you can see that the starting checkpoint should overlap with everything, and now we no longer need starting checkpoints, so you just have normal checkpoint in your hotbar and you should be fine. Basically how this works is that there's a 2-second cooldown, so when you go into a checkpoint, it sets your cooldown to 2, and when you leave, it will actually start counting down. So it sets your cooldown to 2 basically when you leave the checkpoint. So I'm super paranoid about like distance in between each checkpoint. So I generally do like 4 or 5 seconds at least, because I'm just super paranoid. So like hypothetically, you could probably add a checkpoint like right here, because it's probably 2 seconds. But if the TPS tanks or something, you know, and like the TPS is like 5 throughout the entire race, I don't want the RPosition to be like wrong, because all it takes is like one wrong thing in that 20 to 30 minute race for like the entire system just be completely wrong. So
Baku is around 2 minutes long, right?
Oh, it is? Okay. Yeah.
I think so.
Probably.
Right. I don't know how long it is. But adding less checkpoints is probably for the better then.
Yeah. I'm very minimal when it comes to checkpoints. Like when people ask me like, oh, can you add like a checkpoint like here, I'm like, no. All it takes is for one mistake, and then the entire thing is wrong for the entire race.
So why don't we add 2 checkpoints, like one at the front and one at the back?
I mean, we could, but that's like too safe. You know, like if the TPS goes down that much, yeah, entire race is like, okay, well, I mean,
and then the RPosition thing probably won't work with it.
I mean, yeah, like if the TPS is that bad.
Well, you can. It only updates every half a lap.
Yeah, exactly, and also it'll check for the number of checkpoints. Like if P1 should always have more checkpoints, or as much or more checkpoints than P2. And how the system works is that if P2 ever has more checkpoints than P1, P2 becomes P1, and P1 becomes P2. And that happens whenever there's a boat within this radius. So it will actually only update the scoreboard whenever there's a boat within the radius of the checkpoint.
So putting these checkpoints behind like overtaking spots is probably for the better, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
I see. Okay.
I'm gonna move this one.
So, like this area over here, where it's really close, you don't want to place checkpoints here, do you?
Correct, yeah. I do not want a checkpoint right here, because it's going to bleed over to here. What you could do is actually, I'm doing this in BRWC a little bit, because the tracks there are so freaking... Yeah.
Small.
Or,
I meant small.
No, like they're thin. Like they have a lot of stuff like where like the road is like right parallel and stuff. So I actually like place a checkpoint like right here, and then the cylinder will bleed into the first one, but not the second one. But I don't think that's necessary here. I think we just like.
No, I think it's too dangerous.
Yeah.
Here. I think you would rather just place it like here, right?
I just place it like in the middle
there.
of the 2 turns.
Yeah.
Let's check with the cylinder. And yeah, you can change the radius actually back out the RPosition thing at spawn. If you go warp spawn or just spawn, it's the signs that I have up. I think they're like, it's these signs. These basically show like the normal checkpoint and the starting checkpoint. So you can change the starting checkpoint radius without changing the normal checkpoint, and vice versa. And this is basically the cooldown and ticks and how, like, the radius. So right now, okay, so the cooldown is actually 1 second, not 2 seconds, because 26 is in 1 second. But you can change that, I believe. Cooldown should be sets cooldown. So CDP cooldown, this checkpoint cooldown is 20. If you want to change that, you can do like 40. That's 2 seconds, etc. And then generally, if I ever change the radius of the cooldown, I update this sign, and this command block will actually give you the die and the growing stack, so it makes the life a little bit nicer. So for instance, if I wanted to change the normal radius, I'd have to go to every sign or every command block of these 8 with an oak sign and change the distance from 15 to, I don't know, like 25, right? If you wanted the radius to be 25, then we'd change that to 25, and we do this for this one too, because it also has an oak. But I'm going to change it back because we don't need to.
Yeah, for now it's fine.
Yeah. And then same thing for if you want to change just the starting one, then there's 6 that you have to change, and it would just be the same thing. Just scroll over until you find distance. Not that distance, that's different distance. So it's this distance right here equals .15. Change that to 25 or whatever, right? Etc. Yeah. So we'll go back to adding checkpoints to the track. Let's see here.
Or is it there?
Yeah, like right here.
I think one after these turns is also nice.
Where? Oh yeah,
Like
yeah,
here.
yeah.
So what happens if people break the torches on the track? It doesn't really matter, right?
Correct. These torches are being placed at the checkpoint, but the torches are not the checkpoint themselves.
Yeah, it's just that you can see where it is.
Yeah, and also if you want to stop that and you don't want the torches to stay there or whatever, you just go back to the RPosition thing and turn off this lever. And if you go back, you can see that breaking this torch does not replace it, and if I place down another checkpoint, then there's no torch. But you can see it in spectator mode, it's there. I'm gonna go back because generally I have that command block on while setting it up.
Let's just let's place them torches.
Mm-hmm.
And with we, I mean you.
Yeah. Okay, and then
I don't want to place and let's say screw it up.
yeah. Long straightaway, jeez. That's probably fine. Yeah. Okay, I think all the torches are done. So we should actually be good to go.
What's next?
I mean, that should just be it, actually.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Yeah, that's about it, yeah.
It.
And that's how to set up the FC1 system, basically. It's honestly not that bad. It's just, there's a lot of different things, but they're all pretty simple, especially when you like do it over and over again, like I have.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
about
damn,
that.
nice.
Any questions?
No, I'm too scared.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I know everything now.
Awesome. Okay. But yeah, so that's about that. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I will probably check the comments pretty frequently, and I should be getting back to you pretty quickly. Or just join the Discord and ask. You just ping me. You have permission to ping me. And I should probably reply pretty quickly, unless I'm like dying or something. But yeah, that's about that. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. You forgot that part.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah.
Press that bell button if you
Uh,
want to be notified for future Laser Sloth videos.
And yeah, do that too. Ring the bell.
ring the bell. Oh, there he goes. He's ringing it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Alright, bye. Thanks for watching. Can we do like an intro or something? Like, yeah, so like.
I'll do one. You want me to go full streamer YouTube mode?
No. It'll just be
Hey
like.
everybody, it's Craftyz here with my great buddy Laser Sloth. He's
Okay.
about to show us how.
No.